So I think this is a good time to talk about kind of that, like what type of jobs and how each individual balances those responsibilities and shredding. So how about actually joining us here is Austin Luck. You might know him as Luck Stees. He is pretty proliferate in putting out edits of snowboarding of himself mostly. He films the homies, but he's the king of the selfie slash.
Oh, yeah. You kill that. Kill it.
So how do you do
that?
As
far as the filming thing, it's so nice because snowboarding for me is a creative outlet, and it just taps into that. So with the way technology has changed, when I started seeing some of these cameras come out, I was like, this could be really fun just to film. And then I get to go home, spend some time just kind of tapping into my creative side and messing around and doing different edits and then adding music to it.
But when you're home, there's a kid screaming and your wife wants you to take out
It's not
help
easy.
with
The
stuff,
balance
the
is hard.
dogs.
And it's interesting because I actually have had both experiences, right? I moved here in 2004. I was like 19. I was so blessed. The first person I met was legend Tyrone Biddle, who introduced me to Gabe. And we were working at the bowling alley, and we would work all night till 2 a.m, get up, snowboard all day. So I had that experience.
Quick question, which bowling alley?
Sun Mountain Fun Center.
I used to work at Lava Lanes back in the day.
Hey, you guys had better lanes. 100%. Oh, I lost a lot of money at Sun Mountain Fun Center to Gabe Triplett.
Well, speaking of Gabe Triplett, I'm gonna let Gabe jump in on this one as well. So you keep talking, Gabe's gonna jump in
Totally.
too.
So that was the first side of things, and then I was gone for a while, and I came back and got married and had a kid, and the balance is tough. But being in Bend, let's just say, thank God for cell service. I'm in sales. In the wintertime, I can do a lot of work from the mountain. So a lot of times I'm getting up there. I'll leave my house at 6 a.m. I'll be up at the lot by 7 a.m. making sales calls. I'll start seeing them like, oh, Ray's walking up to the lift. I got to get out there. I'll see Josh pull in the ambulance, and I'm like, all right, it's on. Get up there. For this year, I got more first chairs than I have since I was probably 19.
God, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I just kind of had it locked in, so it worked really well. But it's all about that balance, and being able to obviously have a job that can be done. I'm in sales in the construction industry, so in the wintertime in Bend, it's slower. I can do a lot of work from the phone. Starting now until Thanksgiving, I'm slammed busy, so I'm not up there as much. I'm only getting up there like twice a week right now. But it's why we live here, right?
Yeah.
If you can pull it off, the work-life balance. I mean, I do this for my mental health. All of it is just like, my wife's like, dude, you need to get to the mountain.
That's a good life
if I'm not snowboarding, and it's hard even in the summertime, I have to my outlet has always been nature and being out in the elements and whatnot. So it's really been amazing. That's why I love Central Oregon. That's why I came back after being gone for a while. I was like, I got to get back up there. So being back I've been back in Oregon now 7 years, but for work, I was down south in Medford. And anyways, been back on the mountain for 4 seasons now. It's been awesome.
What that makes me think of is, so the thing about skiing is desire, right? Like it's your desire, or riding, it's your desire. You got to do your desire. You should do your desire. Some people's desire is bowling. Some people's desire is golf. Some people's desire is tennis. I highly recommend you do your desire because it will make the rest of your life better.
100%.
So Ski Mom actually came from because I had little kids and I had chosen to have little kids. I was going to stay home with my little kids. And one day I could drop my kids off I'd been gone for 10 years. I could drop my kids off at preschool and kindergarten, go up, get 6 laps on Northwest.
Yep.
If everything worked, I could get back down to preschool, pick them up, do the other 20 and a half hours of the day, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's so funny. I'm not a ski bum. I'm a ski mom.
Yeah, totally.
So it my kids are amazing shredders. They
I
will
literally
shred.
just made the connection right now
Isn't
between
that-
bum and mom.
Yeah. It's so funny. People are like, what? Skim 'em? What's skim 'em?
I was like, mom, British or Australian, like, mom, yes, but no.
Yeah.
Bum
Ski
mom.
mom.
Yep,
So
that makes
really,
sense.
my kids are awesome shredders and they're amazing people, but it really didn't have anything to do with them.
Right.
It had to do with me. It was
Yep.
my own self-love, feel myself so that I could go off and serve in my whatever I was going to do with the
Yeah,
rest of my life,
totally.
and accomplish things.
No, it's huge. Being able to get out there and be on the mountain just makes you a better human. If that's your love. I mean, some people maybe not, but for people like us, it's like
Yeah.
a day of powder. I come home and it's, you'd think you'd be exhausted and not have the energy to do, but it's the opposite. I'm just like on cloud nine, so excited. I will say my only beef with Mother Nature this year is that most of the Bluebird Summit days were on Wednesdays, and Wednesdays are early release from school. And I literally twice this year waited in line, and I'm sitting looking, I'm like, I gotta go. If they don't pop it by 11 a.m., I gotta go.
Leave.
Oh man,
I've had that a couple times before, man.
Yeah, but so then the moral of the story is if you feel bad or guilty about it, don't just use it as a way to understand other people's desire.
right.
And Ray, you're a pretty successful business owner, entrepreneur,
Yeah.
and you still manage to shred
Entrepreneur.
all the damn time.
He's
like,
there on the hands.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Sure.
Like, how do you end up where's your balance at? I mean, you got a wife officially now.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
But you're also still running your own successful business and still out there shredding and getting first chairs on all the time. Like,
There's a work-life balance,
Yeah.
and some people are blessed. Some people we've been putting in time, to get to this point. Like, this is 20 years of snowboarding to get to a point where I am able to have the life that I want, and it is dedication. It's determination to do what you love and be paid for it.
yeah.
And being blessed to snowboard or ski every day, we work hard to get to the place where we want to be. And it's always a struggle to find that balance that makes you happy. And just like I say, find your happiness.
Yeah.
We need to find that inner beauty of ourselves so that we're able to do what we love to do. And the problem with money is everybody needs it.
It's stupid, isn't it?
At the same time, you need it.
Yeah.
And so the work-life balance is there. It makes you want to do the thing that you love the most more.
Right.
And we, from the industries of working in a bar, restaurant, waitress, to massage therapy, to construction worker, to sales, we all have this drive to be up there and make something of ourselves that isn't associated with just money. And the work-life balance is there. It's trying to figure out the best route possible. At what time can I get up in the morning and not have to be hungover?
Yeah, so then do you guys also suffer from skier guilt, which is if you could go skiing and then you decide not to?
No.
Because if you do suffer from skier guilt, then you should, in the middle of the night, if you ever wake up worried about something, just remember that you suffer from skier guilt.
In order to experience skier guilt, you'd have to actually not
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
up there,
I don't-
which
I
is
don't
not something I ever
experience-
do.
I think sometimes I feel guilty for being able to ride every day.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
know.
That-
That's
feel-
that's more like where
that
I'm
is the
at.
problem
Like, I'll be
I
sitting
have
on the
a lot of
chairlift
times.
with people, and they'll be like, "Oh, they'll be super stoked." I'm like, "Man, I'm at like 50 days for the season," talking with their homie, and I'm
Don't
like,
tell 'em.
I'm like, "Dude, that's fucking sick," and they're like, "Yeah, it's awesome," and they're like, "What are you at?" And I'm like, "I don't really
Wow,
want
look
to tell
at how
you."
great that run is over there, man. Good for you and your
It's
50
like the
days.
second someone's like, "Oh, I'm at 50 days," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm at like 180." They're like, "Oh man, I thought I had a good season." I'm like, "You do."
You
Like,
did.
Yeah.
50 days is a good season. I
It's a
get like
killer
60,
season.
65
Yeah.
a year. I haven't gotten 100 days since pre-family, pre-kids.
This is the first year I've ever
Which is
gotten
super
100 days
impressive.
of
Yeah.
chairlift riding.
Hey,
Which
congratulations.
is super impressive. Like
Right.
to have a family and be able to be up there.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Like that's awesome.
Well, and Hannah, your work-life balance is slowly shifting. I mean, you've been working bars similar to me and stuff, but now you're starting to work towards more guiding stuff and talking about ski patrolling next season. Like, how have you been? You're relatively new to town. I mean, you know what, year and a half, 2 years into
2
being in
years.
Benton? 2 years, yeah. And you've been running the work-life balance of being a total ski bum and bartending, and you're slowly shifting to make this more of your career now. How's that been going?
Yeah, well, I think I kind of wanted to keep talking about what Ray was talking about, just and with Ski Mom too, just about like this whole concept of desire and it being, that's kind of what I've been living by the past few years is like find the thing you love doing and do it every single day. And like I come from a pretty different background to the best of my knowledge, most of the people in this room, in the sense that I This is only my 5th season snowboarding.
Impressive.
So this wasn't something I grew up doing. It wasn't something that was like ingrained in me. And so I feel like I'm fighting to make up for lost time. So I got into late night dive bartending so that there wouldn't be no conflict with what I wanted to do every day. The only conflict being, getting off at 4 a.m. in the mountain where the mountain opens at 9. So, I've only got like 3 hours in there to sleep, would include driving time and everything. So I've been running on steam for the past 5 years because that's as soon as I moved to Steamboat, to a ski town, got a job late night dive bartending and started riding every day and haven't stopped since then.
Yeah, nice job.
So yeah, getting kind of transitioning out of that late night now is I think I finally like hit the end of my
wall.
Yeah, I hit a wall. Burned the candle at both ends for too long. Like five seasons seems to be like the max I could do with this working till 4 a.m. every night.
That's rough.
But
And it's shifting though.
That's where you're
Shifting
shifting,
for
though.
you.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
where you
starting to
find the
shift
passion.
that. But that's part of it. I'm replacing my late nights with I'll still be on the snow every day, just doing it for work now instead.
Yeah. So that's good. Then that shows that you follow your desire and belief, and then
And you start getting paid for it,
Yeah,
which
things
is more
will
incredible
open.
than anything.
That's awesome.
yeah, that's why you have to follow your desire.
And so then you switch over to Gabe this year, being a weekend warrior almost. And I saw you during the week sometimes, but you were definitely dedicated
I could
Saturday,
take a
Sunday,
day.
maybe a Friday.
Yeah, I could take a day if
Yeah.
I wanted to, but I'm trying to get things going again with my skate park, so
Right.
I need a constant flow of money coming towards me.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it won't even work. I mean, but I'm already, as soon as summer, my job changes, I just put in my last day. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What's your skate park?
well, right now it's in Central Oregon. So, I mean, it's everywhere. I coach at people's houses. I've coached here, I do believe. Yeah, I did.
Nice.
We're in the Rampanui skate park right
So
now.
on the 15th, everything's going to change a little bit. I get to, and if I do what I just did in the construction world, in the skate world, so I'm going to come in with a better work ethic.
Right.
And I'm going to capture all the things that I need to capture to be back with you guys.
Yeah.
On more like a 3 to 9 schedule instead of a 7:45. And then and then I just I kind of like what I'm doing right now almost, except sometimes it's hard. In the construction world, if you hit your thumb with a hammer,
for sure. Or you
That's
throw a
at 8
nail
o'clock.
through your arm.
Yeah, my kiddo who's graduating this year from U of O, woohoo, he learned how to skate from Gabe. So.
That's right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I know a lot of kids who skated with you at all different kinds of.
Yeah, and that was my 20-year career.
Yeah.
So just recently, after COVID and the loss of, I kind of got out of my skate park.
Now you're
Now I'm trying to get back in,
You're
but Bend is a new world.
Yeah.
a lot of burgeoning skaters out there. So get over and see Gabe.
Send them to me.
Go ahead and plug it.
Yep.
In fact, take
I
a
got
father-son skate, father's daughter, son,
I've
whatever.
done.
Father, daughter, mother,
I
son.
did
I just generation myself.
just recently, about a year ago, a lesson with 5 ladies over 50.
Wow.
It was insane.
Wow.
No, one
I would,
got
if
hurt.
I can wear bubble
All I'm
wrap,
saying is
maybe.
one of them got hurt.
So then,
Gabe might be the rippiest grandfather on all.
oh yeah,
That's right, I
dude,
do
for
have a
sure.
Grandpa
grandson.
Gabe.
He does have
Yeah.
a grandson.
Hey,
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
congratulations.
gonna be a freaking savage.
Yeah, he is. It's in the
Yes, he
genes.
is.
And I'll tell you what, nothing more
Native
frustrating.
Viking.
Nothing more frustrating. I spent multiple days trying to teach my kid the basics of skateboarding, right? Not listening, right? I'm his dad. You know how it is. He's
sure.
like, whatever, Dad. I take him to see Gabe,
Yeah.
and he listens to every damn word Gabe said. And to this
not the
day,
father.
he's just like, he gets on a skateboard and he's like, I got to get into guard. Anyways, all the stuff that Gabe taught him stuck with him.
It's true.
You guys got kids, you want to teach them how to skateboard?
Yeah.
Bearing Skateboard Academy is the way to
Yeah, it is. And I got a shout out to Mary Beth too, because my daughter's also a ripping skateboarder.
go. Nice.
Did I
And
teach her?
I'm on West Hills, so my kids like the longboard down West Hills
Oh, yeah.
Avenue. You know West Hills Avenue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And so then there's the unique life that Josh has, and
Yes.
Very unique.
you know, transferring ambulance into a world of living is incredible.
I don't know if I've struck a work-life balance or just an addiction at this point. No, it's I don't know. I've been living kind of the mobile lifestyle since 2018, living in a travel trailer in Montana, pursuing a career in like ski photography and trying to be part of this industry for a long time. I was kind of in restaurants and I wanted to get out and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to ski. So I was pursuing that until COVID kind of forced me back here, and I sold my trailer and bought an ambulance to live in, and I ended up back bartending again. But the more the Josh Reports thing started taking off, the more obligation I feel every day to like make a good report for people. And especially in the winter, like in the summertime, I kind of do whatever I want. I'm like paddle boarding or disc golfing or like super mellow, low key activities. But in the winter, I'm like, people need a snow report, right? Like you need a good snow report. And so I started to feel this, Morning Central Oregon. This is Josh coming at you with another daily on the Stoke update where we were getting tons of fresh snow coming down this morning. It definitely didn't start until a little bit later in the morning. So right now, it's definitely just kind of riding with those dust on crust vibes, but it's coming down. It's a self-driven obligation, but it's like, so I bartend 4 nights a week, and my rig's not 4-wheel drive, so I can't really drive up during the day when there's like big lines of traffic on stop and go uphill ice. So I was like, get off work, drive to the mountain at night, sleep up there, wake up, ski, drive down to work, and just kind of do that same cycle all winter long. And I don't know, like, but it is one of those things. I mean, like you were saying, find your passion and find the things that you care about doing. And like, I couldn't picture living any other way. I couldn't picture a desk job. I couldn't picture not skiing every day. Like, yeah, I'm addicted, but I'm also stoked as hell that I like. I mean, it could be the word that like, there's a lot of days, especially this late in the season, where it's like I wake up and I'm like, oh man, like, do I really want to get out of bed and ski right now? And then like the second I put my boots on and sit on a chairlift, I'm like, okay, I'm here again. Like, and I'm starting to like find that balance of where I am getting paid to do it, like loosely between events and sponsors and a few other avenues, like starting to make some money doing what I love and like starting to find that balance where it can support itself and where it's like starting to pay the dividends and my mom stops questioning my life choices.
That's well-meaning advice.
Yeah. And like,
but it's free.
But like it's a beautiful thing because I get to wake up every day and be on a mountain. And like I might not have the creature comforts of a normal home. I know I left a lot of that in the sacrifice, especially when I bought the ambulance, moved out of the travel trailer. Like there's a lot of the comforts that most people deal with every day. And there's other things to deal with, like, making sure I have gas in my heater or electric for my heater on a big storm cycle week where I don't have solar panels running. But like, it's worth it every single minute, every cold morning where my heater died out in the middle of the night. And every single time I'm riding down epic powder tracks when other people are having to be at work. And like, every time someone, like, especially when the kids call me out in a lift line, right? Like when I'm saying, like cruising through the Skyliner Park and there's some kid there and they're like, you're Josh Reports, oh my God. And then there's suddenly like this group of Groms from MBSEF who are just so stoked to see me. Like, it's worth it. It's that chasing the passion. And I mean, bartending pays the bills, so I can do that every day. And then living in the ambulance is like the facilitating factor to like just make it happen.
Nice.
Not many people can say they brushed their teeth in the Skyliner parking lot many days this year.
Pretty much everybody. When people ask me where I live, I'm starting to just say I live at Kapka because I think over half the nights of the year this last year, I slept at Kapka Snow Park.
And if you know Josh from Josh Reports and you watch his reports on Instagram and social media, but what you might not know is like now you're doue the MC stuff. You MC'd for Rendezvous. It was awesome. You're out there live on stage.
An extremely fun
Was
time.
it fun? Okay.
Yeah, I'm extremely so this was technically my second year MCing Rendezvous. Last year was kind of a spur of the moment. Ran into some of the social media team while I was walking through the event. They were like, hey, do you want to announce a band or whatever? I'm like, fuck yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I hopped up on stage and did it. This year it was actually like officially got hired by Bachelor to be on stage, stoking people up, being part of Rendezvous. It was actually really funny. Like, when we're speaking about chasing passions and desires and culmination of like everything that we've been going through life, Hannah and I, this was the second year that we were going to split a spot at Rendezvous. So last year we did. And there was one time we were just sitting there by the fire pits and we saw all the people coming in and out of the VIP booths and everything. We're like, man, like one of these days, like I want to be in that booth, but like I don't want to pay for it. I want to earn it.
Yep.
And then this year we were hanging out in the VIP booth the whole time because we earned it.
Let's rephrase that. We weren't hanging out in the VIP booth. We were going into the VIP booth and getting beers and then going
Yeah,
right
we were
back out
getting
with
free
our
alcohol
friends.
from the VIP booth and then coming out to hang out with everyone else. But yeah, it was like this really cool culmination where it was like, you know, that's one of those factors where it's like starting to pay the dividends, where it's like I actually like made money being at Roundtable instead of having to pay to be there. And yeah, I had to like work a little bit, but like a lot of that work was being up on stage, meeting all the artists that were playing at Roundtable and like being stoked out and meeting all the different people involved and making that whole process happen.
Right on.
It was, you know, it's a grind, and I'm very exhausted by the end of winter. I've got 19 days left to ski to hit a 200-day season.
Nice.
And I haven't. The last day I didn't ski was March 22nd, and I'm exhausted, and I'm happier than I've ever been in my entire life.
So real quick, we'll go around the circle. How long do you guys usually take for edits? Like just real quick, just spit it out, and don't have to like explain too much. But
I do quick edits.
yeah,
Yeah. I
Bangers.
love the GoPro
Bangers.
quick edit feature.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
My actual real edits, I take a long time.
Yeah.
But I don't really put out that many real edits lately because I've been super lazy. So I just repost my old ones.
Nice. Good job. Good job.
But I'll start again. I have Japan, so I got to do Japan. I got to go to Japan
I'm
this
excited
year,
to see those
so
ones.
Yeah.
I got to put that out.
And Luck, how much?
I'd say about an hour.
Yeah.
About an hour.
That's about right.
Sometimes it takes a little longer, like you know, with my family and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'll get the editing done of the footage, and then I'm crazy about the music too.
And
So
that's
I'll
the
sit
sync
there
up.
and
It has to be a
I'll go
sync up.
through like I'll just have many ideas, and I'm like trying to find the right song and what part of this, you know. Anyways, again, that's my creative outlet. I love it. You know, all of this started was it's just for me. I want something to look back on.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the free cloud storage. I'm like, put it here, and
forever be there.
someday I'm gonna be 70 years old, and I'm gonna have all this
Yeah.
awesome stuff. And my absolute favorite thing now is filming all you guys. The edits I put together with all the friends and whatnot, they're the best. You know, it's the most fun.
Some
so
of the best parts.
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
Of filming. Like
I
I
mean,
love a face shot.
Yeah.
Like I love like reliving that
Yeah,
face
yeah,
shot when
totally.
you see it, and it's just like, oh yeah, that was fucking good.
But like the group party laugh.
But the group,
it's
it's
all your
always
homies in
fun.
front of you.
because you can
and
encompass
everyone's
the
hooting and
joy
hollering.
that we feel when there's
for
5 of us. And it's 15 inches of pow, and we just got first, second chair, and everyone's just letting loose, and you just hearing people hooting, hollering,
stoke is
people
high.
falling and coming past and spraying each other, and there's just nothing better. I mean, it's everything that we do it for, right? It's the joy of being
Blasting
on
If
stage.
there's
Jumps.
5 of you, you know, you only need the one chair.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nowadays. Yeah, for sure.
Isn't that right, Gabe?
Very good.
I'm curious, like Hannah, coming from a photography background as much as you have, like when you're making an edit, how long does it take you? Are you a little bit more meticulous about it?
It
or?
takes me all day because I don't understand technology. I do photography, not videography.
Yeah.
And I still don't understand it at all.
iMovie.
I feel like it takes me anywhere between like an hour to like 3 months.
Yeah.
I'll, like-
the amount of footage that we end up capturing.
Oh,
is
God.
I'll film
incredible.
so much, and like sometimes I get into the rhythm where I'm like every day I'm like filming it, and then especially with the lifestyle I live, the way I live it, and running like
Not too much
balancing trying to make
electricity.
Josh reports into a business and bartending. It's like there's not a lot of free time in between.
Yeah.
So I'll have like 2 hours where I'll like be driving down from the mountain, taking my dog to the dog park because obviously she has to run too, and living in the ambulance, she can't run inside very much. So like I'll be like walking her through Good Dog Park while I'm like trying to download and edit GoPro footage and like get to work, and I'll be like half editing footage while bartending and then trying to get it posted later.
yeah.
And I'll have like some weeks where I'm really good at that, and then other weeks I'll film footage all week long. And I still haven't touched it from like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I have
sure I got
tons in
plenty
the
of those.
can. I have tons in the
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
I work best with a deadline. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can Google up Central Oregon Daily Schema, and I did a segment on Central Oregon Daily for 3 years.
Really?
And every Wednesday I'd go on there and talk about skiing, and I'd have to come up with an edit and then go on and talk about it live on the show. And I loved it. It was a total flipping blast.
That's awesome.
But it was good. I did 90 edits for them.
Nice.
It was good
That's
to
a
get
lot
it.
of
And the best part was I
impressive.
get done and they go like, so are you just going to always do skiing? And I was like, yeah, I'm ski mom.
Yeah, and I think that comes back to the passion that we all have.
Yeah.
Like everyone in this room, there's so many people that have that passion and
That's like-
that understanding of why we do it.
Well, this time of year, everyone comes into the bar. Like all my regulars are like, "So Josh, like, what are you gonna do with Josh reports when, the mountain closes? What are you gonna do when the season's over?" I'm like, "I'm gonna keep skiing."
Yeah, I remember going to school functions and I would look around at all the other moms and be like, I have nothing to talk about. I only talk about skiing.
This one line I ripped last
Oh
night
my
was amazing.
gosh. Yeah.
Somebody asked me yesterday how many days I got this season.
Yeah.
Not how many days I have. How many days I got is in past tense, and I was like, "What? Since when did the season end? What did
Season's
I?"
still going,
It's
y'all.
still going.
Or like if you
it's
try-
going until September 30th when we restart the calendar on October 1st.
Exactly.
Sure. All right.
Or like they look at you, they go like, "Oh, nice sunglass tan." You're like, "Yeah,
Right.
it's nice
That's what
sunglass
that
tan."
is. Yeah.
All right. This is going to be a good time to take a break, and we'll
yeah.
be back.
Sweet.
Thank you, everyone.